2050, the world's population is expected to reach 9 billion, placing unprecedented pressure on our food systems. Traditional agriculture faces major constraints, land is scarce, oceans are overfished, and climate change threatens crop yields. With nearly a billion people already suffering from chronic hunger, it's clear that new approaches are needed to ensure food and nutrition security for all. This is where edible insects come into the picture, offering a promising solution that merges tradition with innovation. Let's explore how insects could help address the global food challenge. Insects have long been a part of human diets across the globe, though in some societies the idea of eating insects is met with hesitation. Yet insects are nutritious, environmentally friendly, and can be produced with minimal resources. They offer high-quality protein, essential fats, vitamins, and minerals. As the demand for sustainable protein sources grows, edible insects are gaining attention as a viable alternative to conventional livestock. Their role in food security is becoming more relevant than ever. Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has been at the forefront of promoting edible insects as a solution to food and feed security. Since 2003, FAO has supported research, field projects, and international collaboration to document the benefits of insects in diets and their ecological impacts. By raising awareness and supporting innovation, FAO aims to integrate insects into mainstream food systems, benefiting both developed and developing countries. Study of edible insects brings together experts from forestry, animal farming, nutrition legislation, and food security. This multidisciplinary approach ensures that all aspects of the insect food and feed value chain are considered, from habitat conservation and insect ecology to processing, marketing, and policy development. The goal is to provide a comprehensive assessment of how insects can contribute to global food and feed security. Interest in edible insects is growing rapidly. International meetings, such as the FAO's expert consultation on assessing the potential of insects as food and feed, have brought together scientists, policymakers, and entrepreneurs from around the world. These collaborations are helping to close knowledge gaps and foster innovation in insect farming, processing, and marketing, paving the way for broader acceptance and use of insects in food systems. Insects are a class of animals within the arthropod group, characterized by a chitinous exoskeleton, 3-part body, 6 legs, compound eyes, and 2 antennae. With over 1 million described species, insects are among the most diverse organisms on Earth. Their adaptability and rapid reproduction make them a resilient resource, found in nearly every environment except the oceans. There are 3 main reasons to promote entomophagy: health, environment, and livelihoods. Insects are rich in protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals. Environmentally, they require less land, water, and feed than traditional livestock and emit fewer greenhouse gases. Economically, insect farming is accessible to even the poorest communities, offering opportunities for income and improved nutrition. FAO's work on edible insects spans knowledge generation, awareness raising, field projects, and international networking. From documenting the role of caterpillars in Central Africa to supporting sustainable insect farming in Laos, FAO's initiatives aim to strengthen the role of insects in food security strategies worldwide. In many cultures, insects have been part of traditional diets for centuries. FAO's collaborations with universities and local communities help merge this traditional knowledge with modern science. This approach not only preserves valuable cultural practices but also drives innovation in insect farming and processing. Insects provide essential ecological services: pollination, waste biodegradation, and natural pest control. They help maintain soil fertility, recycle nutrients, and support plant reproduction. These roles are fundamental to healthy ecosystems and sustainable agriculture, highlighting the broader value of insects beyond food. Beyond food, insects provide valuable products such as honey, silk, dyes, and medical compounds. For example, bees produce honey and royal jelly, silkworms create silk, and scale insects give us carmine dye. Some insect-derived materials are even used in medicine and biotechnology, demonstrating their versatility. Insects play a unique role in human culture, from literature and art to traditional practices and beliefs. In some regions, insects are collected as ornaments or pets, while in others they are celebrated in festivals and rituals. This cultural diversity shapes attitudes towards entomophagy and influences its acceptance. Entomophagy, or the practice of eating insects, is widespread. At least 2 billion people worldwide regularly consume insects, with over 1,900 documented edible species. The most commonly eaten groups include beetles, caterpillars, bees, wasps, ants, grasshoppers, locusts, and crickets. These practices are especially prevalent in tropical regions. Beetles and caterpillars are among the most popular edible insects. Palm weevil larvae, for example, are a delicacy in Africa, Asia, and South America. The mopping caterpillar is another important species, harvested in southern Africa and providing significant nutrition and income for local communities. Ants, wasps, and bees are also widely consumed. In Asia, ant eggs are sold in cans and used in various dishes. In Japan, wasp larvae are considered a delicacy, while in Latin America, leafcutter ants are increasingly commercialized. Bees provide not only honey but also edible brood, rich in nutrients. Grasshoppers and locusts are eaten in many parts of Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Locust swarms, often seen as agricultural pests, can be harvested and turned into a valuable food resource. In Mexico, chapulines, edible grasshoppers, are a traditional snack enjoyed for centuries. Most edible insects are collected from the wild, but overharvesting, pollution, and habitat loss threaten some species. Conservation strategies and semi-cultivation practices are being developed to protect insect populations and their habitats, ensuring sustainable use for future generations. Insects are highly efficient at converting feed into protein. For example, crickets need just 2 kilograms of feed to gain 1 kilogram of body weight. They can be reared on organic waste, emit fewer greenhouse gases, and use less land and water than cattle or pigs. This makes insect farming a sustainable alternative to traditional livestock. Edible insects are packed with nutrients. They provide high-quality protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. The nutritional content varies by species, life stage, and diet, but many insects compare favorably with fish and meat. For example, mealworms have omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids similar to fish. While most edible insects are still harvested in the wild, insect farming is gaining traction. Bees and silkworms have a long history of domestication, but new species like crickets and mealworms are now being farmed for food and feed. Industrial-scale insect farming is emerging with a focus on automation and efficiency. Insects are not just for human consumption, they're also a promising source of protein for animal feed. Insect-based feeds can replace fish meal and soy in aquaculture and poultry diets, offering similar nutritional value. This helps reduce pressure on wild fish stocks and supports more sustainable livestock production. Insects can be consumed whole or processed into powders, pastes, or extracts. Proteins, fats, and other nutrients can be isolated for use in food and feed products. While extraction processes are currently expensive, ongoing research aims to make them more affordable and scalable for industrial use. Ensuring the safety of insect-based foods is crucial. Processing and storage must follow strict health and sanitation standards, just like any other food product. Issues such as microbial safety, toxicity, and allergies are being studied to guarantee that insect foods are safe for everyone. Insect gathering and farming can provide important livelihood opportunities, especially for women and landless people in developing countries. These activities require minimal investment and can improve diets, generate income, and support local economies. Insects are easy to collect or farm, making them accessible to many. The edible insect sector can drive economic growth at both household and industrial levels. In regions where demand exists, small-scale enterprises can thrive by harvesting, processing, and selling insects as food or feed. International trade is still limited but growing, especially in niche and ethnic markets. Promoting edible insects requires tailored communication for different audiences. In regions where entomophagy is traditional, media campaigns can reinforce its value. In Western societies, educational programs and media strategies are needed to overcome the disgust factor and highlight the benefits of insect consumption. Clear regulations are essential for the development of the edible insect sector. While some countries have established standards, many lack specific guidelines for insects as food and feed. The absence of clear legislation is a major barrier to industrial development, especially in developed countries. To unlock the full potential of edible insects, several challenges must be addressed: documenting nutritional values, assessing environmental impacts, clarifying socioeconomic benefits, and developing comprehensive legal frameworks. Addressing these bottlenecks will pave the way for investment and growth in the sector. Diversity of edible insects is remarkable. From beetles and caterpillars to ants and grasshoppers, each region has its own preferred species. For example, the Central African Republic boasts 96 edible species, with locusts and caterpillars being the most consumed. This diversity reflects local ecosystems and cultural preferences. Traditional harvesting techniques are often ingenious. In Cameroon, women listen for the sounds of beetle larvae inside palm trees to determine the best time for collection. Such methods ensure sustainable harvesting and maximize nutritional value, blending local knowledge with practical skills. Insects are making their way into modern cuisine, from street foods to gourmet dishes. In Belgium, gold-painted crickets top chocolates, while in Mexico, maguey worms are served in tortillas. Chefs and food innovators are experimenting with insect ingredients, creating new flavors and textures. Women play a crucial role in the insect food sector, especially in harvesting, processing, and selling edible insects. These activities provide income and empower women in both rural and urban settings. Supporting women's participation can enhance food security and community well-being. Insects can be a vital food source during emergencies. Their rapid reproduction and ease of collection make them ideal for providing nutrition in times of crisis or food shortages. Including insects in emergency relief programs can help address acute malnutrition and improve resilience. Developing markets for edible insects involves creating demand, establishing supply chains, and ensuring product quality. In Southeast Asia and Central Africa, local markets for insects are thriving, while niche markets are emerging in developed countries. Strategic marketing can help expand the sector globally. Education is key to changing perceptions about edible insects. Schools, media, and public campaigns can inform people about the nutritional and environmental benefits of insects. Sharing success stories and traditional knowledge can help normalize entomophagy and encourage wider adoption. Technological advances are transforming insect farming. Automation, controlled environments, and optimized feed formulas are making large-scale production more efficient. These innovations are crucial for scaling up insect farming to meet global food and feed demands. Progress is being made in developing legal frameworks for edible insects. The novel food concept is gaining traction, and some countries are establishing standards for insect products. Clear regulations will help attract investment and ensure consumer safety. Global collaboration is essential for advancing the edible insect sector. International organizations, research institutions, and private companies are working together to share knowledge, develop best practices, and promote sustainable insect farming worldwide. Consumer acceptance remains a challenge, especially in Western countries. Overcoming the yuck factor requires education, exposure, and positive experiences with insect-based foods. As more people try and enjoy insect products, acceptance is likely to grow. Edible insects offer a sustainable solution to many of the challenges facing our food systems. Their low environmental impact, high nutritional value, and economic potential make them a key part of future food security strategies. Continued research and investment will help realize their full potential. In Central Africa, edible insects like caterpillars and locusts are an important part of local diets and economies. Harvesting and selling insects provide income for many families, especially women. Conservation efforts are helping to ensure that these resources remain available for future generations. In Southeast Asia, insect farming is a growing industry. Crickets, mealworms, and bamboo caterpillars are farmed for both local consumption and export. Government support and innovative farming techniques are helping to scale up production and improve food security. In Europe, edible insects are entering the market as novel foods. Companies are developing insect-based snacks, protein bars, and ingredients for mainstream foods. Regulatory approval and consumer education are key to expanding the market and integrating insects into European diets. Latin America has a rich tradition of entomophagy. From maguey worms in Mexico to leafcutter ants in Colombia, insects are celebrated in local cuisine and festivals. Efforts to commercialize and export edible insects are creating new opportunities for farmers and entrepreneurs. Edible insects hold great promise for addressing food and feed security in a changing world. By combining traditional knowledge with modern science, supporting sustainable practices, and developing clear policies, we can unlock the full potential of insects as a nutritious, sustainable, and accessible food source for all.